2018 Toyota CHR has been introduced at the 2016 Los Angeles Auto Show, a year after the Scion CHR concept debuted at the same location. There are very few surprises on the production U.S-bound CHR, but it will launch in two grades, XLE and XLE Premium, when it arrives next spring. Standard features on both models include 18-inch alloy wheels, dual-zone climate control, bucket seats, 7-inch audio display and Toyota Safety Sense P. Unfortunately, some shoppers might be disappointed to hear that the Toyota CHR will only be offered with a 2.0-liter four-cylinder engine producing 144 horsepower and 140 pound-feet of torque. The power will be sent to the front wheels through a continuously variable transmission that sounds more fuel-efficient than fun. On the inside, the crossover features soft-touch materials throughout with diamond pattern influencing the design of the dual-zone climate controls, speaker surrounds and black headliner. There's a 7-inch display centrally positioned atop the dash, while an informative twin-ring gauge cluster sits behind a leather-wrapped multifunction steering wheel. Sitting between the twin-ring cluster is a 4.2-inch color multi-information display. Unveiled at the 2016 Los Angeles Auto Show, the Subaru Viziv 7 concept is the largest ever from the Japanese automaker and previews the brand's replacement for the Tribeca. It's unclear whether the Tribeca nameplate will be revived since it was discontinued in 2014, or if Subaru will give the replacement a new name. Whatever it will be called, the 7-seater will ride on Subaru's new global platform and it will be built at the company's Indiana plant starting in 2018. Initially it will only be sold in North America. Subaru was quick to mention that the concept isn't meant to preview the design of the upcoming SUV, likely trying to minimize expectations after how disappointed some enthusiasts have been with the automaker's recent concept to production models. Look for more information on Subaru's new 3-row SUV sometime next year. With the Giulia on its way to dealers in the coming months, Alfa Romeo's third current model for the US market is close behind. The 2018 Stelvio will give the company an offering in the ever-popular crossover SUV segment, and should bring Alfa's signature style and driving dynamics to the party. On paper, the Stelvio seems capable of delivering on classic Alfa fun. For starters, it shares engines with the Giulia sedan, starting with a turbocharged 2.0-liter four-cylinder in the standard Stelvio and Stelvio TI models, making 280 horsepower and 306 lb-ft of torque. Alfa will offer a quadrifoglio model as well, which has the same twin turbocharged 2.9-liter V6 as the Giulia quadrifoglio that pumps out 505 horsepower and 443 lb-ft of torque. The company claims that the Stelvio quadrifoglio will get to 60 miles per hour in 3.9 seconds, just a tenth behind the Giulia. Making its debut was the Jaguar I-Pace electric SUV, and although it's a concept, the British automaker tends to unveil concept cars that closely resemble production models. The I-Pace is no different, and it could be the best looking electric vehicle yet. The company claims it will be able to go 0 to 60 mph in about 4 seconds, while the 90 kWh lithium-ion battery will offer an estimated range of 220 miles. It appears Jaguar will ensure the I-Pace will provide adequate range, but instead of chasing 300 or more miles, it will focus on performance and styling instead. The concept is all-wheel drive with twin electric motors pushing a combined output of 400 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque, the same amount of torque as the Jaguar F-Type SVR. The production Jaguar I-Pace is expected to make its debut late next year before heading to dealerships in the second half of 2018. Looking like a smaller Grand Cherokee, the new 2017 Jeep Compass finally looks like part of the Jeep family and has the off-road ability to match. The new Compass will be powered by a 2.4-liter four-cylinder engine with 180 horsepower and 175 pound-feet of torque, slightly higher numbers than the previous model. A 6-speed manual can be paired with both front-wheel and four-wheel drive models, but most drivers will opt for the 6-speed or 9-speed automatic. The 9-speed unit is only available on the 4X4 model. Jeep says the Compass should be able to get 30 mpg with the front-wheel drive model. Of course, it wouldn't be a Jeep if it couldn't off-road. And the 2017 Jeep Compass gets a bunch of features to ensure drivers don't get stuck. Jeep Active Drive Low has a crawl ratio and is able to send 100% of the power to whichever wheel has the most traction. Trailhawk models amp things up with hill descent control, a rock crawl mode, a 20:1 crawl ratio, skid plates, aggressive off-road tires, up to 19 inches of water fording, a 2000 lb towing capacity, and a small lift that helps the crossover get a 30-degree approach angle, 24-degree breakover angle, and a 34-degree departure angle. Inside, the Compass gets the pretty standard Jeep treatment with a large touch screen powered by the excellent Yukon Next system, big, chunky buttons, and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility. A dual-pane sunroof and power liftgate are also available. With the 2017 Jeep Compass, the automaker finally has a legitimate competitor in a hot segment. In size, it sits between a Renegade and a Cherokee. Pricing and availability have not been announced yet, and the 2016 Los Angeles Auto Show marks the crossover's North American debut.